What is going on, guys? My name is Lethal and welcome back to another Lethal's Take episode. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, a Fortnite gameplay, this is probably going to be another Fortnite video where I'm going to bash the game and say how much or what things I would change. However, that is not the case, and I was debating on doing that, but I feel like for this year or for this season at least, I'm done with doing takes on Fortnite, purely because nothing's really going to change, and until we get a new season, there's no point in repeating myself over and over again. Um, Unless something major does happen. So today's video is actually it's quite a positive video. It's something that I've had on my mind recently, especially when I've been coming up with ideas of things to talk to, and that's the great things about gaming. Now, this kind of stems from me just being online and just talking to just some people like friends and just hearing everybody's different perspective when it comes to games, especially the ones that are not so great. And what I mean by that is just there obviously there's a lot of people that still don't get games, and still the one common phrase I heard from a lot of people when I was younger is, "Why are you staying indoors playing games all day? Get outside and go do something." It's one of the most common things that I heard when I was younger, and um to this day it still pisses me off. I'm sorry for the language, but it's always been something that's tipped me off. So in this video, I just want to talk about, at least from my experience, why I think gaming is an absolutely great thing and kind of what it means to just to me at least, as well as just the things I guess that we could probably all relate to if you've been playing games for however long. Um, so the first thing I want to do, and this kind of, I've written like 2 points which kind of interject between each other, is it brings people together. Gaming is one of these things that anybody can do, that literally you can spend hours getting lost in something. It's like films, it's like TV shows, except for you're controlling everything. You're controlling everything you do, and ultimately you're the one that decides what to play. You can be someone like me who fell in love with FPS shooters starting from Call of Duty, and ever since then has played shooters. I do dabble, as you see, with like Prison Architect stuff, and I do dabble with other games. But mainly I fell in love with FPS, and I'll kind of come back to that point a bit later on. But or you can be someone who's into stuff like League of Legends, Dota 2, more strategic games, or you can be someone that's just into um, games like The Sims, like Prison Architect, like RimWorld, games where you um, are given a certain task and kind of like a free world type of stuff. Um, and then, or you can be someone that's just into the solo play games, games such as like Sniper Elite and stuff like that, where you're basically just in a campaign and you just go and find a story and listen to the story, but not listen to the story, but play through a story. So that's the one thing that I think it just with gaming, that is this endless world of you can do pretty much anything with it. There's always a game that will interest you. There's always going to be something that will like catch your eye. There is something for pretty much everybody when it comes to these games. Um, Going back to the point of it brings people together, you can build amazing communities when it when like through games. I've met some of the closest people, some of the people I'm close to this very day. I've met through a range of different games, and I've met through just playing. And that's, I think, the one thing that's so special about games is you can meet people from across the world, and they can have a massive impact on your life. And that's getting quite deep and quite emotional, but like it's so true. And it's always annoyed me when I see people, especially in the mainstream media, who just want to blame games for everything. Obviously, the massive gun epidemic that's going on in America. I won't get too much into that, but seeing video games being blamed for this violence has always tipped me off, because um, if you look at the statistics, every single country has video games, and only America has the increase of mass shootings. They're the only country that has guns, and the fact that you're just scapegoating games to like not answer the real problem is always really annoying me. Um, so I think people, especially in the media, when they do want to slander games, they don't really understand what it does for people. I've known people that have suffered with anxiety who are not very social when it comes to face-to-face contact, but however, when they're online and playing games with people, and the communities they've made, they could talk for hours, which is amazing. The fact that it can help with situations like that is truly amazing, and um, it does help a lot of people. So I think the point of this video, I know it's been a little like un, like scripted and just kind of all over the place. Is just I think it was kind of something that I wanted to talk about purely because I've had it, as I said at the start of the video, I've had it on my mind recently, just seeing all the stuff that's going on in social media, as well as like what's happening in esports with a lot of um, the mainstream media not actually getting it and kind of still saying, "Oh, this like you should go outside and all this lot." Another thing or another point that I'll make, and the last point I'll make in this video is especially for me personally, the only reason why I fell in love with games is I was never the kid that was traditionally really good at sport. I was alright at sport. I played when I was younger, but it's never been something that I could excel at and something that I could like go and make a career out of. Um, and even with games like obviously I would love a career in games, whether I have it or not is I guess time will only tell. But that I've managed to become, I would say, reasonably decent at some games and stuff that I wouldn't be able to do in traditional sports just because I'm not capable. At least with games, this literally, or with games, it makes it a lot more able for people who are like just like me to be able to play at a high level. Um, when it comes to something, which I think is just an absolutely amazing thing for it. And I'm hoping in the future a lot more people and a lot more mainstream media can kind of come to terms with that gaming is this truly amazing thing that has helped a lot of people and will continue to help a lot of people. Anyway, guys, this has been Lethal's Take. Have a great day.